Welcome to Kolorflow Conversations, where we speak boldly, connect colorfully, and what?
I am
I wouldn't
hungry.
want you to take it out.
See, this is what happens when you go on a 2-week hiatus.
2 weeks. I'm like, what? I can't even remember our tagline. That's so terrible.
Welcome to our girl chat.
Welcome to our growth. We already been chatting. That's probably why I done forgot what I'm supposed to say.
That's so funny.
Because we ain't talked. Has it been 2 weeks? Yes. Because the first week I went out of town, and last week you went out of town, and yeah. And today it's later than what we usually do.
Yes.
So we kind of
everything is just different.
Off schedule, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I like that though because we flow.
Yes.
With whatever.
Flow freely.
Speak boldly and connect colorfully. That's it.
That is so funny.
That's so terrible. Anyway, how are you, friend?
I'm doing well. How are you? Welcome back.
Welcome back to you, because you're the one that really did it up.
Yeah. I have been saying every day, like, I sing Rihanna. I just be saying it randomly, like I sing Rihanna.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That is so funny. And that's funny that you saw her, because you really, really like relate to her in a different way from what other people who are fans, relate. So, how did you feel about that?
Like, when I tell you I was screaming.
Were you?
I was screaming. I'll have to show you the videos. And it's funny because I went to dinner, Tuesday? Yeah, because it was the next day after we got back. And my friend was like, why your voice sound like that? And the other girl was like, you didn't watch her video because she was screaming Rihanna. Yes.
I didn't even see your videos. When I saw she was there, I already knew. I was like, oh, Takesha,
Listen, so before I was just like, do y'all, because we sat like in the upper bowl, I was like, do y'all think it's any way that I can like jump down and zip line to the stage real quick? I said, because I know somebody's coming out that I want to see. How can I get down there to just jump right on the stage?
I'm glad that I didn't know which day you were going to I knew you were going, but I didn't know what actual day you were going. I think choosing to go on the last day was like one of the best decisions, because I think all 3 days were probably great, but that last day seemed like it was really something.
Yeah, for me, because I like Jay-Z, but I wouldn't put myself as a fan. So for me, as a fan of almost
everybody that was the guest,
so
not knowing that they were going to be there.
Yes. So it was just like, oh, okay, this is what's up. This made it worth it for me, because honestly, I didn't want to go up until I think the whole week I was almost like making myself sick because I didn't want to go. Even my dad was just like, is it anxiety? Like, what's going on? And I had never even told him about the concert part. Hope you don't watch the podcast.
That's funny. So he don't know you went to the concert?
No, because I was just like, I don't want him to have that kind of worry. So we just hanging out. I'm going to see my cousin, which I did. I'm not a liar. I just omit some stuff. But that whole week, I was like, I just don't want to do it. And just traveling and everything, it can be travel a lot can be sometimes.
And that's my thing. Like, I love to go. I love to be there when I'm there, but going through the process of the travel is like, I think that can make you very tired, to me.
And one thing about me, and I don't know if like this is a spectrum thing, unfamiliar territory. So like when I go to Georgia, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Even with the airport being so big and overwhelming, it's nothing because I go so often.
Let me ask you this: when you get ready to go on a trip, do you? I'm sure you do. Do you do a lot of research? I'm thinking about when I went on my birthday trip, my solo trip last year. I did so much research because it was unfamiliar territory, and then people put the fear in you, like, oh my God, you going there. And I just didn't want to be scared. I wanted to go and relax and enjoy myself. And so I did so much research from the time I get off the plane to the time I get back on the plane. I did as much in between research as I could. Do you do that?
I think I do, but probably not as in depth, compared, because one review that's bad is enough for me not to want to go.
Mm.
So I don't want to get any feedback. I pretty much, my research consists of not necessarily researching, now that I think about it, is having a strict itinerary.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I've traveled a lot by myself. So I typically, like, I'm going to do this. This is how I'm going to get there, back and forth. Like, I have all of that planned out. And a lot of times, like, even when I took my niece to Puerto Rico, I already had a car service. Like, so I'm, you know.
That was even another thing. I had a car service by myself when I went out of the country because I didn't want to be in a car with anybody else.
Yes, we did that too when we went to Mexico.
And so that was another thing, was like, you know, what if that person kidnapped you? And I'm just like, I am not going to be scared. I'm just going to enjoy myself as well as pay attention to my surroundings. I think it's really just being aware, and knowing, you know, where you're supposed to be going and asking questions. So I dig that. I do a lot of research because I want to know.
And one thing about me, I already have this fear instantly, like somebody want my grown self and I'm gonna be kidnapped, adult nap. So I already, like, I don't want to talk to nobody because people be quick to say, well, you know this, they racist here and this. When it's like, I can go on my front porch and something can happen.
Okay.
I don't want that to happen, Lord. Keep covering us. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
But so I tried to keep the less of that, and like going on TripAdvisor, reading all that. The most I may research in detail is where to stay.
Yes.
That yes. I am like, if it's 800 comments, I'm probably gonna read all 800.
No, I did do a lot of research
that I will
because if they got a lot of bad reviews,
that's like, very important.
I do that if I'm just going up the street
anywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm very
that's
adamant,
the
like,
one thing. But yeah,
that's it. I'm glad you had a good time though. That was a good experience to have this year.
Yes, I was just like, seeing Rihanna was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Because other than that, 0 stars. It's funny because my sister, you know, she went to and she was just like, send me the videos you got. She's just like, did you take any of Jay-Z? I said, not one. I don't have not one, and it was his event, not one. I said, first of all,
stars.
I was pissed. Like, it didn't start to 12:17. Whatever's going on, whatever. You know, they told us twice that we playing the elevator music. People in there legit falling asleep. But it was funny because as soon as he came out, like, everybody jumped up and was hype, and I was like, oh, y'all fake as hell. Y'all was just in here complaining. Now y'all all hype, getting right information. As soon as he came out, I was still mad.
I think that
I didn't get unmad until Jeezy came out.
Really?
Yes. Like, I still
was you ready to go? Was you ready to leave? Would you have left?
If I would have been there by myself,
you would have left.
I would have left, and I would have been amongst the people who would have been pissed that they left.
You think people left?
Oh, I've seen some people on my TikTok that's just like, they left because of how long it was taking, and now that they're mad based on the guests.
I didn't know anybody left. I thought most of the people stayed.
Yeah, it was a lot of empty seats in there too.
Oh,
I shouldn't say a lot, but it was somewhere I could see them. Yeah. And I don't know if that was due to the timing of them closing the doors, you know, with letting people in. That was a true story because, you know, I don't believe that. So I was just like, they just selling us something going on. But in my mind, I'm like, well, he's here because he's already done 2 shows. Mm-hmm. Because if that hadn't happened, I would have been like, he ain't even here and they playing us. But so my friend, her son was one of the people who couldn't get in, who was calling saying he couldn't get in. Eventually he did get in. So that was the only reason why I believe, like, okay, so that is true, because it was just like, we come out, y'all got the DJ D Nice on
so
here.
So y'all had no idea a bunch of people was out there for a while.
Sitting. Well, we knew it was a bunch of people out there. We didn't know about the locked doors because it was a bad house trying to get in there when we was getting in there. I don't even know how long it took us to get through. I've been to a gazillion concerts. I've never seen nothing like that outside. But what I will say is the energy inside the stadium is not like how it be at home. I've always, like, oh, this is gonna be this, like it's in New York, his hometown. He should have did that shit at the D. And people should have flew in for here. Because I feel like we be so hyped.
Really? You don't think New York was hype?
New York was not hype compared to how I done been in and see my people here. Shout
Yeah,
out to
Detroit.
Motown.
Detroit does um weird
I'm like,
music, everything, every kind. I don't care if it's a little small concert down the street at the park. Detroit is going to show up and enjoy themselves,
yes, like
no
we
matter what it is.
turned up last night before
Yeah,
Kelly Price. And it was funny because now I'm like, as I said, I don't believe nothing I hear when artists be like, oh, I love coming here. I'm like, oh, y'all really mean that.
yeah, yeah.
I think when I went to see Jill Scott in Philly, Philly loved her and I felt it, but I didn't feel it like how I thought it was
The
going to be.
energy.
Yeah, I thought the energy was going to be, maybe my expectations was too high because I ain't saying like it was dead in there, but I just had a higher expectation. But it was the same way when I went to see, I don't know who the headliner was, but I remember it was like T.I. and 2 Chainz, Trina,
I
and
think that
Atlanta.
the
And I was
people who,
like,
yeah, the people who are saying they had a really nice time, a really good time, was the best concert. I think because I'm not a huge Jay-Z fan. I know some songs. You know more than me because when we went to that one concert, you knew the words and stuff. I did, but I think the fact that it was real hip hop, it was real music, wasn't no backtracking. That man is almost 60 and he flowed for what, 2.5 hours?
I think the
That
show was 3 hours long,
that and
or almost.
brought out so many different people, and then you bring out people that you've had beef with Nas, and now y'all are grown men that can come together. You bring out Eminem, who I really enjoy. You bring out Rihanna. You bring out so many people. Like, it's not that many people that can bring, like, people could have a special
Like
guest.
Jeezy didn't do his own.
Yeah, like, you could bring out a special guest, but to bring out that many and to come together and like it be real music the entire time, that's a big deal.
Yeah, so I can definitely see like true Jay-Z fans.
Yeah, enjoying it.
And I always once I knew it was a third show added, because I was never really interested, because I'm like, the other two albums, like I don't really know Reasonable Doubt like that. Blueprint I knew a little better, but not enough for me. I couldn't even tell you one song that was on it right now. So I knew whatever the third show was probably gonna be more my speed, because I'm like, it'll probably be a mixture of all of his hits. And that's something that I know. Like, I know his radio stuff and some of his little hits, but because I ain't never put on, like, let me throw in this Jay-Z. I just ain't never did that. It ain't nothing against him, but
no, he got
because
fans.
he got, you know what I'm saying? He got true fans.
He got fans.
And shoot, the time when he came here, I went to see him, but I went to see him because he came with Jeezy.
It's I just like because he was with
Beyonce. When I went to see him that time, okay, so this is my third time.
But I was just like this the whole time, like,
yeah, you were, and I was still, big pen.
I was like this. Okay, it sounds good.
Yeah, so it's I do know, but like I said, I ain't no top tier fan, but I definitely enjoyed it, and I can commend him from that age and his stage presence. And it wasn't like, because there's plenty of artists, including one of my favorite artists, that I feel like I will never pay money to go see, because I'm like, this is the music, this is not you, because I can tell, like, you just got this mic up to your mouth, but you ain't even saying nothing. Like, Jay-Z was down there flowing.
He was flowing, man. I saw a lot of it. He was flowing, and he has a lot of talent with that. I think he's very talented, and I think he's a person that studies and reads and is a student as well as a teacher. And I think that's why he's able to flow like that. And I think a lot of people who don't like him, like I don't not like him because I'm just not a rap person. But when I think about, like, as a business person, then how he's, you know, evolved over the years, it's like, not many people can do what he do, whether he has criticism or not, because
Not, yeah,
we all have it.
yes,
Somebody gonna criticize you,
no
somebody gonna
matter
not
what.
like it. It don't. I like the fact that he can be criticized and not say much of
Nothing.
anything, nothing, nothing. Me, well, you know what? I get criticized and I don't say a whole lot publicly. You know, I have definitely, especially within the last couple of weeks, have dealt with criticism of my of chatter about me that I have just been able to. So I on a larger scale, it's impressive to see how he can ignore it. On a smaller scale, I guess I'm impressed with myself
Yes, you should be.
because I ignore the noise, you know, and not many people can ignore a lot of the noise that you get. So yeah, okay, Keisha, pat myself on the back.
Yes, yes.
You ignore the noise.
I do ignore the noise. It took me a while though, because I think I was one of them, like, I'll make a sneak diss or a petty post or something just because. But overall, I think I ignored the noise. I think I just was in one particular situation where I
Mm-hmm.
could never ignore it with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was more so because I knew what it was, but how it was presented to everybody else was like it was something different. So all of the chatterboxes, was going through what they were allegedly thought they knew.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like, not so much, but most everything else is just like whatever. Because when you that girl, you just that girl.
Yeah, and I think that's what I be having to realize
It
is
comes natural.
it comes natural when you, especially when you're doing good, or
Yes.
um people can't get to you any other way, so they'll talk
Talk
about you
about you.
or try to
Mm-hmm.
scandalize your name.
Mm-hmm.
So ignoring it has been very uplifting. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more people or person, try to make noise about me, the more I rise.
You know, people think that magic is not real. And they think that magic is demonic. But let me tell you something. And I'll show you this one strand of hair. When I first got my locks, I said the more people talk about me, the longer my hair will grow. And I have one strand of hair that the very first thing I put on it, I had that evil eye on there. Remember, I
I
had that.
remember, yeah.
I think it fell out at your house.
Did it?
Yeah. But that one is my longest strand
I
of
remember it being
hair.
long because it just be randomly long.
Yes. And that was the one where I was just like, the more people talk about me, the longer this hair gonna grow.
Wow.
So I guess it's some chatterboxes, and I guess I should have said that for everything. And now I need to be like, the more people talk about me, the fatter this butt gonna get.
You know what? I think that the people who talk about, I think that this is one of the things that I've really been thinking about lately, and I don't know if I mentioned this to you before we started, but I'm not surrounded by many critical thinkers. So um, the people who talk about me, I don't think that they're thinking critically about what they're talking about. I I give deep thought into the things that I talk about, because if I'm talking about you, I'm really have something to say. It's something that's meaningful, or something like, you know, I want it to be better,
Yeah,
or
I'm not having conversations about people to bash, about
yeah,
people in a to bash them.
yeah.
If I have a conversation and I'm bringing up anyone in my life, it 9 times, I don't even want to say 9 times out of 10. I want to say 10 times out of 10, I am trying to do some self reflection. Like, am I wrong? How do I need to look at this? How can I strengthen this relationship? Is this a relationship I need to walk away from? What can be better?
Mm-hmm. And going back to Jay-Z, look at how Dame Dash. Have you seen these videos of how?
I haven't seen any videos, but I've seen like videos to hear his voice, but I've seen things about him talking and stuff about what did he say was cringe with him and Nas. It's just like, we grown.
Yeah, we grown. Yeah,
like and y'all big grown.
Big grown. Y'all like 60. Y'all AARP grown.
Yeah.
You
and you still want to be mad? Like, damn.
And that's why, listen, and that's where I am. Like, I'm not really trying to be beefed out with nobody. Like, I'm so grown that I'm like, when somebody's talking about me or is has something to say negative or whatever, if it's not something meaningful that you can actually come to me to and say, hey, you did this to me and I want to tell you how you made me feel, then you're not worth my time or me thinking about what you got to say to me, because what you're doing is just chit chat and most likely lies. But so when I look at how Dame Dash talk about him and Jay-Z really don't say nothing, and the more he talk about him, this man became a billionaire.
Yeah, his hair growing.
His hair grew.
So keep talking, Dave.
Keep talking about, listen, that's what I'm like, keep on talking. You can just keep on. Now I'm gonna have to think of what I want to ask God for. Like, God, the more they talk about me, what do I?
This, yes, infinite amounts of money.
Okay.
That's the new one. That is what we want. Infinite amounts of money,
health,
wealth, abundance, prosperity, all of the above. You
can't disturb my peace.
Yes.
Because this is the thing. People who talk about you or people who talk about me, people who really know us, just looking at you like you're crazy. They're like, yeah, okay. All right. They're looking at you like you're crazy. So
you cannot know me on an intimate level, and I don't mean like physical, but I mean like the friendship, to have conversations, to sit and be able to bash me. Because if you're sitting somewhere and you're legit bashing me, and I'm saying this with the full confidence, arrogance that we talked about on that one episode, because I know wholeheartedly I am a good person. And if I don't show up or stand up for something, it is a legit reason behind that for me, where I am choosing myself. And I ain't never mad at nobody for choosing themselves, ever. I don't care how that looks. I am not mad at you.
Yeah, but because you've done the work, and a lot of people don't understand what the work is. The work starts off with self-reflection.
Yes.
Look at yourself.
And I constantly do it. Anytime something triggers me, why am I triggered? Why am I triggered?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not they this? Why am I feeling this way?
Yes. What? It has to be something within me that's making me, like, if I'm instantly combative to a situation, wait, hold up. Why am I being combative? Why am I wanting to tear your head off? Because wait a minute, what just happened? Because I don't even want to have that type. And I know we talk about energy and all that, but I don't want to have that. I just want to be chill, because I have real shit going on in my life. That I don't want to be where you mad because I didn't come to an event. Like, I got real stuff going at home.
That's so
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, somebody probably would have not been friends. You'd have missed all the events.
I have missed every single thing that has happened with my mini-me, Gabby. I ain't been enough of Gabrielle. I ain't even sent her no card yet.
Wait, and do she act like she mad at you? No. I don't even know when y'all text each other.
She needs to text me back though. because I'm the
Oh,
last texter.
baby, that D&D is you. You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
That is actually it's probably worse than you. I was thinking today,
I
who
think,
would
listen, the one time I wanted to be like, notify anyway.
uh,
Cause cause I text her when you were out of town. Cause I'm like, you good, girl? That's 6 months ago. You'd have been back and everything.
look, that D&D? I said, who am I gonna call if who gonna answer the phone if it's an emergency? Cause all y'all D&D.
Listen,
And Elijah, if he on the phone with his girl, he'll text me like, just text me. Boy, I can't text you, it's an emergency.
listen. I had this conversation with two people the other day. It's so ironic that you brought this up because my dad said that he had I don't know if he had a procedure or whatever it was, but Jordan had drove him, and so when they asked, they was getting Jordan's number. My daddy was like, even though Jordan drove, he was like, I gave them your number because that boy is not going
Go
to
answer
answer in
that phone.
case of
He's
emergency.
definitely not answering the phone. I text him and he'll text me back 24 hours later. Thank you.
I'm still waiting on a text back. And then he'll text back at like 4 a.m. Bro, I'm asleep. I texted him 2 days ago. I'm still waiting. And we live in the same house.
That's me.
And I'll be like, I text you.
I can call that girl. I could be upstairs in my room and I'll call her and I know the phone is on her bed next to her and she don't answer. Talking about I was reading my book. I'm like, girl, she is definitely your mini me because when you put your notifications and do not disturb on, I'll be like,
Girl, and I got
here
it
she
on the
go.
timer now where it automatically come on. And then I don't yeah.
Are you serious?
You can set a yeah, so I have that automatic now, and then I be forgetting that it's even on there. So when I go and look after I, did my scrolling, I'll be like, where is I'll be like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah, that's a good boundary though that y'all have. Like Gabby
Yes.
even turned off her locations. So
I'll be like, I am not your emergency
I have her location, but she turned and I one day I just asked her like, why are your locations off? Like somebody asked me like where Gabby at? I was she hear her locations off. Then I asked her and she was like, I don't want nobody to know where I'm at. I'm done with that. High school is over. Like I'm gradually phasing that out. Like
I'm proud of her
yeah,
for that.
she was like, don't nobody needs to know her. And I was just like, dang, that's really good. Like, because these kids be having 30 kids
Listen,
location.
I'm still like that. I want everybody to know where I'm at.
Yeah, she was like, yeah,
Because again, I think I'm gonna get a dog nap. Please know where I'm at. Please
she
check on
straight
me.
turned her locations off. So
It is very good to have boundaries.
Yeah, I have them, but I'm getting better with them. But they about to get stricter. Just for my peace of mind, and not like is like any body is necessarily like a terrible person or anything, but sometimes you just really need to like revisit where your boundaries need to be.
You know what I realized? That I'm pretty sure I have boundaries, but what I realize is every person in my life that I literally deal with in my circle. I'm not talking about, like this my cousin that I don't really talk to, but my legit people who are a part of my life that I've seen in 2026 personally in real life. At this point in my life, everyone understands me.
Yeah.
So it's not even necessarily in my mind a boundary because everyone understands and respects.
That is it right there. I don't think everybody in my circle or family or whatever understands me. And it could be because I've been the same Keisha for so long that any type of change is looked at like or people get mad easy or they just
and I believe that's what happened with me because I was the family people pleaser.
yeah.
And I even realized not that I was people pleasing necessarily with my friends because I think I always said and kind of what
Mhm.
I was. That was probably my truest self with my friends. But I
Mhm.
think because they know me, it's just like, it's understood. But I got to where I wasn't really people pleasing with my family. Like, you know what? If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it for just the sake of saying I did it. And
Yes.
it was so many things that I stopped doing because it was someone instilled in me at some age that this was the right thing to do, or this bigger person, or all of these different things. So I think once I let go of all of that and just really been authentic, that
Mhm.
my circle really shifted. And the people who I know that are in my life now are supposed
To be in
to
your life.
be in my life. And I'm okay with those who aren't. It's not that there's love lost or anything, because like I said, even when I went through the period of time without talking to my sister, it was extremely hard, but I had to choose me. I
Mhm.
needed her to see me outside of just her big sister who's just always there for her. See me as a person on what I need you to do for me, and how certain things affect me. How I want you to stand up, like how I was standing up for you, with you and your kids stand up for me and mine.
Do you like when you went no contact with your sister, like you knew your reasons for going no contact. Have you ever like well yeah, you have put yourself like in her shoes as far as however she felt, or you felt like she just was who she is and wasn't really thinking about your relationship intimately, you know?
I felt like I was trying to explain to her for her to see certain things, but it was like she just wasn't getting it. But she wasn't getting it because she was never trying to, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at the point to where, as you know how we have that, well, you know how she is type thing, and we allow it because we know how a person is. And while I accept everyone for how they are, I still want you to treat me and accept me. If I don't, I guess, how am I trying to say this? I don't want to be a different person because of how you are.
Yeah.
And that's how my relationship was with her. I was a different person. I was not being true to myself. I was hurting myself as I was growing and knowing there was certain things that I didn't want to accept anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was having the conversations, wasn't still being heard, to that one time where I was just like, I have to take a break.
Did you tell her?
Yeah, that was legit what I said. I was just like, I have to take a break. I was like, I love you. If anything, I'll still be there. I was just like, but I have to take a break because it's just certain things that I need that I felt like she wasn't grasping.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, quite honestly, of course, I love my sister. That's my blood sister. Ain't, don't shit top that, or, so to speak. But I feel like everybody in my life I genuinely love. I don't have this level of love. I love all my people unconditionally. So I'm going to have this conversation with you if I feel like I love you and you're worthy of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, if you can't meet me there, if I don't really care about you that much, that's a little different. Because I got some people that I see like, oh, I found out, oh, they don't mess with me no more. I'm not chasing them down and be like, well, what happened? It's like, okay, you cool. You don't mess with me no more. Okay, cool. I accept that. I still love you. But if you don't mess with me, that I ain't chasing you down.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like my sister. We all we got.
Mm-hmm.
I already don't have no family.
I got family. I got a lot of family, but I mean, we don't spend time like you. I think
And
y'all
I guess
family.
when I think of family, that's what I think of. I'm not just thinking like the broader aspect of the relationship, because I
Mm-hmm.
got cousins and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm
But
saying, that
it's
I
no
can
time
talk to.
spent.
But I'm thinking of that intimate that I hang out with, like, are we going to dinner? And the one thing that me and Tiffany incorporated after that was having a sister date once a month. And we rotate on who pick where we gonna go.
And y'all been keeping it up.
Yep.
Do y'all have a specific day y'all go, or y'all
No,
just pick
it's
it up?
just like however the schedule works.
And y'all been doing this ever since
Yep, ever
then.
since then. And this was something that she decided.
And you enjoy that. You feel like it's helped.
I enjoy it. I feel like it's helped. It has been a struggle for me, quite honestly. And I say that because it'll be certain things that because we don't necessarily have the same interests all the time.
I know. That's why.
And it's
I
just like
know.
one of the things was like, even if it's something you really don't want to do, and it's something the other one like
Yeah.
you got to do it. So it has been situations where it's like, and then it'll be like, well, I know you don't want to, and Tiffany will be like, well, no, this is what you want, so I'm okay. But see, I struggle with my own thing. Like, are you just doing this just because, or are you really? But it's just like, let all that go, and
And
we're
doesn't,
here and
yeah,
enjoy it. It doesn't
cause
have to be a
but
reason.
that to me is showing that she loved her love for you, because she's like, no, it's okay. I know
And
this is
that's
what
what
you
she was
enjoy.
saying. Like, I'm trying to show you, like, I know you
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it. I want you to realize that I'm trying to be here and meet you where you are. So
That's
now
nice.
I've been like, okay, cool. I ain't questioning no more. Like, okay, sis, this what I need. But she still get on my nerves.
Of
You know what I'm
course,
saying? Like,
yeah.
she's still who she is. Like, I have never come home from a trip and my sister been in a good mood ever. Even when she done volunteered to pick me up from the airport, I want her to be ecstatic. Like, how was your trip? What happened? What you do? We in the car riding home from the airport, silence.
Silent.
I know she wasn't feeling good, but it's just like, dang, like,
Yeah.
then it's traffic. She complaining. I'm thinking, after that, we in New York like this, because all they doing is riding their brakes. I'm like, after that, this is a breeze, but I ain't driving. So I'm just keeping my mouth shut, because you know what I'm saying? I'm on the passenger side. But it's still stuff that happens, even in friendships, people get on your nerves. It just be whatever. But it's a relationship worth it. But I have to be seen now. No matter who it is, I have to be seen. If you're not trying to see me, then go ahead, and I'ma just be like, okay, God, I'm trusting you on this.
That relationship thing is a friendship, family. I'm in the middle of reading The Matriarch, so when I finish it, I do want to have a conversation, because speaking on like friendships, and I'm thinking about her family dynamics and everything growing
And
up.
she went through some things
She
too
went,
without talking to
yes,
her.
yes.
Was it her cousin that she? I don't know how far you are. We'll wait. Okay, we'll wait
We'll
on
wait
that.
till wait till I finish it. But yeah, I'm like, but her relationship with Johnny, who I thought was her brother and was really her nephew.
Yeah, that's who I was about to ask. And I was just like, was it her cousin? That's who I was talking about. Oh yeah, because it's Uncle Johnny. They would say
Uncle
Uncle
Johnny
Johnny.
is her nephew,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought he was really her brother. So reading that, I'm like, oh, this was her nephew. So I read slow now, because I really want to have clarity on um
That's how I am.
what
I
it
have to
means.
listen. I think even when I be reading books like that, I'm drawn sometime to take notes. I took notes when I was reading the Jeezy book.
Did you?
Yeah, girl, send some of them to Jordan. I know he was like, Ma, I do not care nothing about this.
Yeah, I am really enjoying it though, because it made me think about like, am I telling my kids enough about my family history and things that I know. But then when I think about her relationship with her family and how close they were, and then how um, things that she was thinking about as a child that she didn't say out loud, but was like thinking, and I was like, man, I know I've had those moments when things happen, good or bad, and you just be thinking something that you don't want to happen, or that you like, yes, I'm gonna do that when I get big. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that was, yeah. So that made me think about the family dynamics of, how you was talking about you and your sister and her relationship with her siblings and nieces and nephews.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah, I can't
I
wait
love
for
that.
you to finish so we can talk about that.
Hopefully I'll be finished by next week. I think I will. I don't know. I think I will though. So we can talk about it, because it's really a good book.
It really
It
is. It
really is.
really
So
is.
listen, we cutting our conversation a little
Yes, I'm
shorter.
like, the sun going, well, the sun ain't really been up, but it's getting dark. I
It's
gotta go to
getting
work in
darker.
5 minutes.
It,
Okay.
it's smog in the air. I gotta wear a mask.
Yes.
Just, whatever's happening in the world, I still just be like, keep it going. I'm flowing with it. I'm not gonna let it get me down. I'm not gonna talk negative about it. It is what it is. I'm here. It's a new day, and that's it.
Period.
Okay.
I just said period. Let me tell you this, and then we go closer. You know, when I was with to dinner, the girl was just the waitress. She was like, period, because we were so hyped. My friend was just like, I don't understand this period thing. Like, I know it's the end of your sentence. Why do you have to say period? When I tell you, I was hollering because she was so serious. Like, I don't know where this period stuff came from.
That means it's final. That's it.
I'm like, and Bella, you'd be like, big period. She don't say it no more, but
she don't say it no more.
She don't even say period.
I thought that was funny when she was saying big period. That's funny. Well, listen, we want y'all to like, listen, subscribe, share.
Big period.
Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell an enemy. We don't care. That's my flow.
Yes.
You got anything else, friend?
I don't have anything. We'll see y'all next week.